Welcome to another episode and video on my Arduino MegaADK, intended to use with Android, but my Android is too old to work with this Arduino. So I am focusing now on electronics with fischertechnik parts as well, connected to this oscilloscope to check software level, electrical levels, signal levels. So latest addition is this motor on the left hand side with chain, a photoresistor, LDR, light dependent resistor, then a phototransistor with a lens lamp on top, and a motor with propeller, which you can see works. The photoresistor works as well. If you look at the yellow line on top, it clearly responds to me putting my finger on top of the LDR. Motor clearly works. It is connected to the purple probe, so if you look at the purple probe, which is the second from below, then you can clearly see that that is working. What is not working is the motor. The problem is right now that I have last time added this potmeter circuit, and when I take care of the parts, when I use this screwdriver, torque screwdriver, to adjust the levels, then I can clearly hear the whining of the motor, this motor to which it is attached, but the motor doesn't do anything. So now at maximum level, why is this motor only whining and not doing a thing? I intend to find out. The point is now that the wiring is as it should be. This wire is going to output here, and this wire is to the plus, to the power. And that is the way in my other projects the motors are wired as well. So why wouldn't this work? Well, most likely because of some value that is lower than expected. Last time I also changed the pure value into a mapping, which is used in my other projects as well, and clearly that hasn't helped yet. Does it work otherwise? Yes, because if I now remove this wire and put it in ground, you can clearly see the motor is alright. And now you hear the whining of the motor again. So here is some improvement to gain. The second focus of this episode is this kind of, well, not very stable situation, which has the phototransistor and the lens lamp, and so far the lens lamp doesn't do much. So I need to find out why and how to improve that. Then let's see if this works. I don't see much here on the LED. Does this work? Oops, I should do it from here. And for some reason it not always does work, but anyway, focus once again on this motor. Let's check the software. So the question is, how's the software? I tried to do it last time as well, and the wiring is to port 4. So pulse modulation is bound to a maximum of 8 bits, which means 2 to the power 8 is 256 as a maximum value. Then here I do write an output value, and the output value is determined by, is created by a value from the potmeter, which is of course this potmeter. So to check if anything goes right, I have here a serial print which goes to the serial monitor, the value for the potmeter and the value for output value, since this output value is a mapping. And the potmeter is right now at the maximum value. So let's once again first check, never forget, first check, is everything set okay? Yes, it is. Serial monitor. Potmeter 805. Output value is 200. And the output value, oh, now it's slightly over 200, so it is not consistent. Let me press slightly on the potmeter, which is making contact. I'm glad it does, because if it does make contact, the value is 0, and then it certainly won't do anything. On the other hand, if I now turn the potmeter on, or change it anyway, I can still put it higher. 1008 or something, 22. Now it reaches the maximum value, almost. But as you can see, although the winding of the motor has stopped, it's not doing anything. Yet when I compare this to my other project with a motor of fischertechnik, then it does work. So what to do? Well, one thing is, can I swap a motor? So right now I think I should swap this motor with this one. Let's take a chance and do it. Very curious what will happen now. So I think it will work, and I will have to rewire this one. And to my surprise, it doesn't do a thing. No, because the wire is off. The wire has come off, and then it logically doesn't do anything. This is not really good. Can I just squeeze it in? No, I cannot. And then 2 wires are out. So yeah, I certainly have to fix this, and I will do that off camera. And then the mystery gets bigger, because this motor doesn't work and this one doesn't do a thing. Just absolutely nothing. So what happens if I swap them back? Let's just do that. And this one, well, first, will this immediately start working? Yes, it does. So what signal is on this one? Now, of course, I want to know if this one starts working. Let's first do this green wire, then this wire, and it doesn't do a thing. So what kind of value does this one have? Actually, when I look at it, it gets a signal from here and a signal from here, and this is 3. Am I right? No, I'm not right, not correct. This is a signal from 8. So what is from 8? That is the high signal from the lamp. So if this gets high, which I haven't seen by the way, this runs for 1 second. Shall I remove the 1 second pause? No, I won't. This should be working. It just should work. So if this gets a high from this signal, and I want to regulate this one via analog signal, how much is high anyway? On goes the probe again, and it is the purple probe, and then I see that the full is set to 5 volts, and it doesn't get high. So let me change. Then I have to select 3, then no, I'm not. This is the signal. It's now set at 2 volts. So it gets 2 volts and then gets lower. So this motor has enough for 2 volts. Oops. What I say is this motor has enough of 2 volts. But this is a bigger motor. So it doesn't have enough for 2 volts. It should be higher. And that is the big question. What should it have? What should it be? Another point is that this board, and then I'm of course referring to the Arduino, should have the same properties as the Arduino MegaADK, which I also have and which drives 2 motors. And that one is right now in the same way programmed. So why is this motor not doing anything? That's a very good question. And time to make another solution, hopefully. Alright, so swapping motors has given no solution. The only thing I can do now, apart from measuring the signal that is from here, but it is at maximum value right now, well, almost maximum, but that should not matter, is making analog or output pin 4 digital, to see if the digital value will indeed make it run. So that also makes it less controllable or more uncontrollable by a potmeter, but let's see how far we can get. So this one will become constant integer digital out pin 4 is 4. And this is A4, which is the input. So I'm skipping that one. And now here I'm ignoring this one. And I say digital write digital out pin 4 high, all capital done. And for now no low, so let's just try to run it anyway. If I make no mistakes, that should do it. Yeah, that's alright. Go. Done uploading. Well, this one works, no doubt. The motor doesn't work. Still does not work. So what I want to do is measuring the output, and I will replace this one or relocate this one to that location. And now I have to be careful. And put it right there, using pliers, which is much better in this case. Alright. And it says high. It is this line which is high. So I am going to add the same kind of thing here. And I will say 4 and then another delay right here. why is that line so thick? It's not getting really low, but the motor doesn't work, so there is no solution. No solution at all, unfortunately. And when there's no solution, I want to have it controllable, although it doesn't do anything yet. So back to analog. So I will remove this, and remove this one. This is now contradicting. Gone. Upload. Alright, now it's showing the full signal. And let's check. Oh, that's interesting to see as well. Look at this. This is pulse width modulation. This is not voltage level, this is pulse width modulation, which shows clearly that the signal changes and that it should work. So this is full speed and it doesn't do a thing. Ouch. And then focus to the phototransistor, which is activated by a lamp, and then it shows that devil is in the details, because one of these wires to the lamp, which should be in plus, was in minus. Well, double minus means nothing, and you need to have a potential difference, which means you'll have a difference in voltage level between the wires. So now the voltage level is 5 volts, and then we look at the second line from top, and this is the activation from the of the phototransistor. So although the wiring is a bit flaky, you can see, while I'm now holding the wire, that the phototransistor is actually giving a signal, a consistent signal to the board, which is detected. So it clearly does work. Oh, and this is a voltage divider. So the full voltage is not brought to the board. It's less. It's a division. Then I want to go back to the motor. Yeah, I'm not satisfied at all. Why is it the way acting it doing like it is? One thing is that it is at maximum voltage. The 2560 is also 8 bits, so with all those things working, and let me turn the potmeter down. or otherwise, and you can clearly see that the signal changes. This is not voltage, this is pulse width modulation. With a winding motor. And this is clearly maximum. So why doesn't the motor work? Well, the only thing I can imagine is that the motor is a bit too heavy, although I can't imagine that because this same type of motor is running with the Mega 2560 as well. And I will assume now that there is no difference between those motors. You can swap motors, but when one signal works and the other doesn't, it raises questions. And if you see my Arduino Mega 2560 videos, you know that I have a problem with Uno as well, but it may be coincidental, it may be the same, but I want to find out, and I will. How to go on? Not quite sure.
And by the way, my apologies for not very good audio during the screencast. It is the way it is, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the schematics. Here, I have removed the probe physically and now also in schematics and put it here with the motor off chain, because if I measure this at the potmeter, which is this one, if I measure it here, I measure voltage. When I measure it here, I measure pulse width modulation, as you have seen. So I could add, of course, that this is voltage and this is pulse width modulation. Let me just do that. Add the text, and this is voltage. And here it will be pulse width modulation. And yes, this is input and this is output. So how to go on from here? Well, everything is still the same. This gives, by the way, fischertechnik lens lamp stand here on output 8. However, that is not entirely correct, since I have put it, let's go to the camera, I've put it now here. And where is 8 coming from? That is a yellow wire. And the yellow wire is going to the motor. If I want to have it from here, then what happens? Connecting it, and then this line does nothing or barely anything. So this, oops, let me get the wire intact. Oh boy. This is a very weak wire indeed. So this will work, as you can see, and the other one doesn't. So my idea to drive this motor at the same time as this lamp is not working out. Nice idea, but I should also check that it is port 8 after all, and port 8 is the digital one. So it can very well be that the lamp draws too much power, and then it won't happen. Good point, didn't think of that. Maybe I already have and forgot. Anyway, I think this draws to a conclusion.
Right, saying goodbye. Thank you for watching. What did I do? Recap. Well, testing, of course, the LDR, testing lamp with phototransistor, testing the motor, testing another motor, and one wiring to another leads to now and then flashing this lamp, LED, excuse me. Things work, tend to work, should work. I'm not done with it yet. I want to know why the motor doesn't work. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. I always answer. You can also follow me on Twitter, retweet and like and leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram, like and leave a comment. Please donate to keep videos coming to you. You can also become a patron and have your name mentioned in my on my website or with my video, and with my video depending on the pledge you make. And this is going to be continued. Bye bye.